Justin and I have been beefing. We've been beefing.
Yeah, Joy is currently not happy with me right now as we sit down and record this show.
I'm not unhappy with you. I'm not unhappy with you. We're just still, I don't even know how to explain, because I was really sitting here last night because Justin got in a mood again. And I was just like, I don't even know how to deal with this anymore. Because I think that, and I know why so this is what happened. Let me tell you. You guys don't think we're crazy. But so Justin expressed that he feels, just kind of overloaded with responsibility. I'm like, okay, what can we do to alleviate some of that? So just something as simple as taking the dogs out, because he hasn't been working. I've been just like sleeping in a little bit longer. We've been going to the gym later, and then by the time we come home, I have to get ready to go to work. And because of that, Justin's been stuck taking care of the dogs in the morning, because we take them on a walk every day. And I was like, you know what? That isn't fair. So how about this? Monday, Wednesday, you walk the dogs. Tuesday, Thursday, I walk the dogs. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, toss up. We'll see what happens. And he was like, okay, bet. Then I said, for dishes, let's just do 1 week is my week, 1 week is your week. Because we did agree that the kitchen space would be clean the majority of the time. But then I realized no one knew who was doing dishes.
True.
So we were just like, So then this first week was my week. And the rule is you cannot say anything to the person who's responsible for that task for the week. You just let them do it how they're going to do it when they're going to do it. So this week I did dishes at the top of the week. And then I didn't do them for the rest of the week. And I had until today to do them, or really last night. So it's 11:30? 11:30 last night, and Justin just is like, and it's like, what is wrong with you? I'm in a good mood, we had a good day, got a lot done. And he's just like mad. And I was like, why are you mad? And he goes, you know what you need to do. I'm like, first of all, it would be different if we were getting in bed and I had just like neglected to do the dishes, fine. But you have to give me until the very last moment of getting in bed. And then that's that, right? That was my thought process. So then I immediately was like, you know what? I'm not gonna wash dishes right now because now I'm just mad, right? Because you flared up at me over some dishes. Dishes, people. They're dishes in the sink. And I know they get Justin's blood churning.
That's not it though. It's bigger than dishes.
Okay, listen. Yeah, it's always bigger than dishes, or bigger than shoes in the living room, or bigger than, we understand, it's bigger. Okay, so as I was sitting there stewing, I realized, I said, you know what, Joy? We agreed that the kitchen would be a mutually clean space. Like, we were gonna try to keep the kitchen clean. And just because it's your week to do dishes doesn't mean, and to be fair, I didn't let them like super pile up. We didn't use the kitchen very much this week, but that's not an excuse. I should have kept the kitchen cleaner because we did agree that the kitchen would be clean. A clean mutual space. So I did come to that conclusion, but I had to get mad after you got mad to do it. And then I just don't understand why your response is to get mad about something. Like, I'm gonna communicate that I am angry by being like,
so
have the empathy.
Everything that Joy said is accurate. I was frustrated that the dishes had not been done. But again, what this is just a bigger, it's a bigger issue of Joy and I will agree that we need to do something, and then it just doesn't get done. So it's a constant frustration point that we deal with, in particular I deal with within our relationship. It's like, okay, we agree to this, you're gonna do that, and then it doesn't get done. And then it just sits there and it sits there, and then I have to say something, and then when I say something, Joy gets irritated. So this was just another example of, here we go again. And it goes back, and I'm sitting here thinking this morning because I could feel Joy's fumes, and it's like, do you lower your expectation for your partner? And I don't even like the way that sounds. Because to me, if I lower the expectation of what Joy is capable of doing, and then this is not just a dishes thing or a household thing. I want to take this into a much bigger, from how we work as partners, as husband and wife, and also how we work as business partners. Joy is immensely talented. She's one of the most loving people I know. That's why I married her. I enjoy being around her. We hang out all the time. I tell her all the time she's my best friend. So I know what Joy is capable of. I've seen it. And it's like, she just doesn't maximize her potential. And it just gets very frustrating to look at day in and day out and live with day in and day out. So the frustration that came last night wasn't just about dishes. It's an overall state of being. And now to address the dishes in particular, as I told her, yes, it's your week, but you can't just go 5 days and say I'm not going to wash the dishes because it's my week. Like, I still have to live here
and I
too.
respect that.
Like,
that's what I think. I understand that.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
And again, and that's just how it always is. Well, don't say anything to me, I'm just gonna do it. And I understand everyone skips and moves to their own beat. But it's like, yeah, at some point there's gotta be some middle ground. And as Joy has said this before, she goes, I just think that our middle ground is even different. So I don't know. It's a constant struggle. And to me, I guess I'm just work obsessed and I enjoy working. We had friends over last night and I'm in the back of my head like, okay, we still got things to accomplish. And we were just sitting here talking, and it's part of that. I was like, how do you balance just living and being normal with executing things that you need to get done? And I'm just the fun police. I'm the grumpy old man who doesn't know how to enjoy it. But I feel like if I wasn't who I was, nothing would get done. So it's a balance, and it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could not be the fun police and still get things done. I really do, and I don't think you are the fun police. I think right now you just are focused in a different way, and enjoying things is just not a priority for you right now. Like, it's just not. But the problem with that is that if you don't take a moment to enjoy things, then, and I mean longer than an actual moment, because you will take a literal moment. Like, okay, it's been 30 seconds of enjoying, so let's get back to the task. So,
correct.
Yeah, you do that. Like, even on Saturday, because we had our veg weekend, which you know, and Justin was just
failed miserably.
So on Saturday, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this again. And I sat in bed the entire day. I didn't do anything. I don't even think I showered. Like, I just sat in bed. I didn't even watch TV the whole time. Sometimes I was just staring out the window. That's how seriously I needed to rest. Like, I just needed to do nothing. And he came in there a couple times, and then he was talking about work stuff or social media strategy. Like, I mean, just, that was, it took everything in me, because I was just like, Joy, that's just who he is. It's just who he is. Because I'm like, he's not understanding. He's still not understanding. And he wasn't even home a long time. You were gone for a lot of the day running errands. But every time you were home, you wanted to do stuff or talk about stuff to get things done. And why? I mean, the struggle is just, it's still real, but I do think that we're making progress. We're making progress.
We are, and it's a growing pains. And I want to be very honest. This has been an interesting transition, because it's revealed a lot of who I am, and it's revealed a lot of who Joy is. And we've known this the entire time.
There has been no reveal for me. This is the same thing it has been.
There's been no reveal for me either.
You're just, it's like you have enough to do, but you don't have enough to do. So you are hyper-focused on what I'm doing to help you do what you're doing.
To help us. Correct that language, because you keep saying
to help us.
like this is a new thing.
But then I keep trying to tell you what I'm doing to help us, and you're like, that's not enough. But, you know, I am doing things. I'm doing things. So I think what I struggle with, and why I've just been quiet all morning, and I've said this to you before, is that I do not feel accepted for who I am. I do constantly feel like you are wanting me to be who you know I can be, but also who you feel you need me to be for you in this moment. And that's a difficult pressure. It's just because I feel you on that. I would like to be better in some aspects too, but growth does not happen overnight. Overnight, and I am extremely proud of how far I've come, because I recognize that I'm over here patting myself on the back. Like, yes, Joy, you did that. Like, you've kept this clean. Like, it's just like the smallest things I am proud of. Have you read up on ADHD yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to say is I've tried and I failed, and I've tried some more and I will continue to try. And the dishes, that was my bad. That I will give you that, because that wasn't right of me. And I came to the conclusion on my own. But the other thing that happens is when you're beefing, you just try to get a win, right? Or a break, like you just. And it shouldn't be about that, but that's the truth. You're not supposed to compete in relationships, and we're not competing, but it's just when someone's in your ear at all times about all the things you need to do, always, and it's your week to do the dishes, you're like, I'm not gonna do them. I'm not gonna do them, and he can't say anything about it. So it's just a way of trying to maintain some semblance of power. It's all it is. And really, we shouldn't have any power struggles.
No, and I do want to address the point that you brought up of me wanting you to be someone different or someone for me. That's, yes, I am guilty of trying to change that as well, but it's also tough for me is Joy will constantly say, Justin, I need you to do this, or can you change that, improve your behavior here, move in this direction. And I will take what she says and immediately put it into my personality and begin to make adjustments. And Joy will constantly say, like, man, you really don't have to tell Justin something once or twice, and he makes a change. For me, I'm saying things 10, 12, 15, 17, 20, 40 times, and it's not happening. So as someone who can take bits of information, apply it, and then change, and then when you ask for the same thing to be done and it doesn't get done, it's frustrating.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that is a strength of yours. It is something I've always admired about you and something I've always noticed about you. It has never been me, like literally ever. You've had to tell me things many times, even growing up many times. Again, I'm not saying it's right. And I don't really necessarily feel like it's wrong either, because genuinely I do forget. I really do. I forget. I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I forget to improve. Like I just don't understand. My brain literally does not understand.
I'm improving to the beat of my own drum, and I allow you to improve to the beat of your own drum too. You can take or leave some things I say. I mean, you've completely left the grumpy thing. You're just like, I'm just gonna be me. I'm just gonna be grumpy. And I'm like, all right. And I'm just trying to figure out how to deal with that. That's where I'm at.
But I am actually trying to get better, and I would say I have gotten better. But then I only have small little time increments, or the patience for.
Okay, so how you feel about that, because you feel you've gotten better. I mostly do not feel that way. So in the same way that you feel, because it's an actual thing that you have to work through, right? Most of the things that you ask of me, dishes are not included, are actual things that I have to work through to get there. So growth takes a long time. Improvement takes a long time. Not everything is like, okay, I'm just gonna change this right away. Like there are steps. You know, it's because a lot of habits that I have are symptoms of another issue. So I'm having to deal with the issue, and you're complaining about symptoms all the time.